What's up YouTube, Paranoia here, and today we're going to be doing a basic guide into Tinker's construct. There are two main aspects to the Tinkers. One is the smelter, the other is the tools. To make the smelter you're going to need grout, which you smelt down into seared bricks, which will let you make the blocks that you need for the smeltery, which includes seared bricks, seared tank, which you'll need glass, smeltery controller, drain, faucet, casting table, a basin, as well as a lava bucket because you're going to need lava to power it. The size can vary from a 1x1 all the way up to a 9x9. This has one seared brick at the bottom, and then you surround it with a tank, a controller, and a drain. And once that controller lights up with fire, then you know that you set it up correctly. In order for it to work, you'll need to add some lava to it, but you could also make it taller. You could see it had one spot. Now when you make it too tall, you'll have two spots. And this will work on the 9x9 as well, where the inside is the 9x9, and you have at least one controller, one drain, and one tank in there. This one is very similar to the one that we have in our base. You could also put seared glass inside as a cosmetic thing. Ours is a 3x3, which is a decent size for our area. It's a little bit taller. We also have an ender tank that we have hooked up to the nether, so we have an endless supply of lava going into the system. I already melted a few gold and iron in there that you can drop from this diamond chest that we hooked up to a hopper that feeds directly into the controller. So when you're processing your ore, you could just drop it all in there and it'll feed it directly, and I'll show you how to finish it. But first we got to make a few patterns. Now let's talk about the blocks that you're going to need to make your tools. In the tool forge you can see all of the things that you're able to make, which are really cool items. You're going to need a stencil table, pattern chest, part builder, tool forge. The tool station is the cheap version of the tool forge, which is not that hard to make. You're going to need to make the tool station, and then you're just going to need electrical steel blocks, which are pretty easy to make. The only things you're really going to have to get are silicone and pulverized coal. And then once you do that, you put in an alloy smelter and make some iron into electrical steel. So basically the tool forge has a few more tools that you can make, shuriken being one of them, which I really love. And in order to make the tools, you're going to need to make the components. You start with blank patterns in the stencil table, and the way that you can look to see what components you need is in the tool forge. So like this needs a tool rod, sword blade, crossguard. And once you know what you want to make, you can go to the stencil table with some blank patterns and say we're going to make a sword. We put that sword blade pattern in there. Then you go to the part builder, you take the sword blade pattern and you put it in with some cobblestone. The part builder can make items that the forge cannot, basically. So sometimes it's even better to try the part builder before you put in the forge, so you know that you're not wasting anything. In order to make a cast, you're going to need molten gold that you drain over this. You only need to make the cast once, and you use it for items that is able to go into the smeltery, and you could also switch those items back and forth. So we put iron in there, and that's going to go into the hopper, into the chest, and we can go ahead and grab that iron sword blade. So we have that component. You make the rest of them and you put it together. I'll have another video showing you how to do that, as well as my favorite weapons and tools that you can make. As I mentioned earlier, the smeltery really is good for processing ore. It gives you 2 per ore that you have. And the way that you make ingots is, once again, you make a cast by dropping an ingot in there, and once you have the cast, it's going to consume the ingot. But once you have the cast, you can go ahead and just put whatever you want down there. We like putting a redstone clock so that it just constantly knocks it out. So it's a very good early game processing that you don't have to have much power except for lava, and it processes it decently fast, and you can control when you want to shut it on and off with the redstone clock on top of it. You can also do a casting basin which will make blocks. This is why we usually always set this up day 1 or day 2 when we make a new server, because it's a very good processing plant as well as makes very good tools. And once you get the basics down, it's a pretty easy mod to understand. Also be advised that metals will mix inside of the basin, so if you're gonna make bronze, you can actually make it in there. So it's a really nice processing plant. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.